So the one from the Kardashian show. I'm I'm gonna pull this one up right now.
Appreciate that. That's what I'm gonna call it for the rest of the year. I'm gonna call it the Kardashian show. Gilbert Arenas.
This one, to be honest, had me heated. You know what I mean? I was really cheesed about that.
Man is a backseat driver. You get to be on the phone, you get to go to sleep, you get to eat, you get to play around. You don't get no responsibility.
Ginobili that had no responsibility?
No.
Oh, you must be high.
How can I put him in front of a starter who has to carry his team?
So you just say Lamar.
No. We need it. I'm saying I can never put these guys in front of someone who was a lead dog. I can't say, oh, Ginobili, he's better than a Westbrook. We can say he's the best six man ever. You the best first nigga off the bench. You know what I mean? You want to do that? Like if somebody say, all right, Starberry, who's better, Starberry or Ginobili? 1,000% Starberry. Ginobili never had no responsibility of it.
So, I'll take this one first because I don't want to say this and it really had me cheese. So let me just hold myself up quick. Gilbert Arenas, thank you for the content. You're a fucking idiot.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's true.
Thank you.
Whatever word you want to use, that's what you are. I love my Starberry. I love him to death. Pause. But he's not better than Ginobili. In no world. Being a sixth man is not worthless. Being a sixth man is saying, you're so good as a starter, and we already kind of have our starters over here that can do work, and you're not going to really get your shine. We're going to let you work with the second unit because the second unit needs help. They need guidance. We need somebody who can put in the work that they will put on with the first team. Where the hell does this guy get this from? So you're going to tell me Crawford is worthless? Jordan Clarkson is worthless? Lamar Odom is and even Lamar wasn't even a sixth. I don't remember him ever being a sixth man. He's always been a freaking starter.
No.
You have more responsibilities than the sixth man or the other players on the goddamn bench.
Lamar was sixth man on the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
Lamar was the sixth man on the Lakers.
Pardon me?
It was when they won the chip. Lamar was the sixth man. It was Powell and Bynum.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot about all that.
One of the best.
You forgot because you're a fucking traitor. So
Okay, we're gonna start this up now, huh? All right, my guy.
I gotta give you shots when you deserve it, bro. But go ahead, bro.
Yeah. All I'm saying at the end of the day is that this guy is mentally challenged sometimes. Like he has good takes here and there, and he's an NBA player. He's made more money. Listen, he was the richest man not to play basketball for 3 years. His contract was so nice that when he sat at home, he never do nothing, and he was getting millions of dollars. So I'm not going to, you know what I mean, character in that way. But this take is freaking horrible. Every team needs a sixth man. And guess what? Westbrook, Ginobili, I don't care what nobody says. I'm still picking Ginobili. Are you crazy? You going to tell me Ginobili wasn't that nice? Hold on, Sly. You picking Westbrook over Ginobili?
Yep.
You picked Westbrook over Ginobili?
Yeah, I am. I ain't gonna lie. I don't think
it's all about preference. It's all about preference. It's both my guys.
I'm not saying Westbrook is bad. Yet again, the triple doubles, all that's amazing. But I'm looking at Ginobili's game and saying he was a starter, and they put him on the bench because the bench needed help. Because when Timmy and Parker went on the bench, and if he was with them, the bench couldn't really put up the numbers or have the same chemistry that they should have had, similar to the starters. I've never looked at a sixth man as worthless. I've never looked at a sixth man like he's not an essential part of the team. You know what I mean? That's the second engine, if you want to say, that's guiding the team when the starters are sitting down to keep, like my Warriors, strength in numbers. You're going to tell me those bench players, when we won those championships, weren't vital? Livingston, Iguodala,
David West.
Yeah.
Shall I go on Barbosa, who I really did not like at all? But hey,
Barbosa was cold, bro. I
Barbosa
swear.
you know what I mean? But really, this is what we doing? I
I
don't
think,
know.
but he more so getting at he wouldn't put a 6-man above a person that's starting and that's like a primary guy on the team. I think that's he not. I don't think he was saying that they're not like they're worthless. He was just saying that I couldn't put somebody that's just coming off the bench saying that they're better than somebody who's like a one option or a two option that's starting. I think that's more what he was getting at. So I disagree with his premise, because it's guys like Ginobili is clearly better than somebody like Danny Green or like Bruce Bowen, or he clearly better than those guys, and those guys were starters. But I agree with what the examples he gave, because I don't got Ginobili over Marbury or Westbrook. I don't think Ginobili is better than those two guys. I think Ginobili was the best at his role though, which was a 6-man, and I think that's invaluable because clearly it led to championships. So I think that's where the disconnect is though. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's part of the sacrifice you make if you want to win. So that's probably why Gilbert Arenas didn't win. And Gilbert was nice, but he don't understand that little nuance to the game.
Hey, Gilbert! Don't take no shots. Those are true. Listen, man. I agree with you, Sly. Listen, it's the fact that you're even coming here and you're saying worthless in this position. There is no worthless when
That's
you're on
crazy.
an NBA championship team trying to win. And like Sly said, that's probably why you never won anything, brother. Right? Because if you sitting there and you are a starter and you said that 6-man there, no, that wasn't in your mind, your 6-man on your bench is worthless, when he's trying to come in and provide scoring, defense, or whatever for your team to win, is insane, bro. This conversation that you even brought up is insane. We're in a timeline where players are soft, got young generation coming up. And what you're saying to some of them now is just wrong. This message you're sending out. So you're saying, and certain kids are listening to you right now. It's like, oh, a 6-man. No, they're worthless. They're soft. What is this? What are you doing, man? What are you doing, bro? It's insane. This is what you're teaching the young generation. It's insane.
I mean, I guess that's one way to look at it. For me personally, he's an idiot. Because Jamal Crawford could be a starter. Ginobili was a starter. They were still winning with Ginobili as a starter. I just make this point of the bench needed help. That's why they were shifted there. Jamal Crawford never made an all-star game. You're going to tell me Jamal Crawford couldn't have been a starter? He wouldn't have put up crazy numbers either way?
Jamal Crawford was better than Gil.
Yeah.
Lou Williams. You gonna tell me Lou Williams couldn't have been a starter?
Yeah. Yes, Jamal Crawford is better than Gil.
Damn straight.
I'm taking
I'll
Jamal Crawford.
second that.
Oh, hell yeah,
Jamal
bro.
Crawford
What?
Gil every day of my life.
I'll second that.
Yes, yeah,
The
me
bet
too.
he
Me
got,
too.
the bet that he has.
Y'all think peak Gil though? Not talking entirety of
He
career.
go what? 2 years? Two and a
I
half
would
years?
say
3 years?
I got a
that's
lucidity moment.
I would say career Jamal Crawford, yes, but Pete Gill, I've got Pete Gill way
Jamal
over
Crawford was
Jamal.
not a problem.
No, of course he was, of course. But Pete Gill was like an all NBA. He was like a top 10 player in the league.
So we going so because Gil loves to talk about this. I scored 56 on Kobe. We're gonna go with that
No,
moment.
he scored 60 on Kobe.
Okay, so, all right. So he didn't score 60 on Kobe, but okay, fine. We're gonna go with the 60 on Kobe Gil. Then we can go with Jamal Crawford on freaking the Knicks. Come on, bro. Jamal Crawford was better than Gil ever was.
Oh man.
Okay, let's get something straight here. Now let's talk about what Gil said. Gil, this is exactly. You're not a winner, bro. There's no way in hell.
Yeah,
I never seen you play 48 minutes. Like, what are you talking about? You are a human being who's going to get tired. You're a human being who don't get guys involved. You're a human being, a basketball player who doesn't understand what a bench means so much of a starter means to a team. You have 12 guys on the court for a reason, bro. Sometimes you're
Yeah.
gonna play 8 to 10. Those other two guys on the far end of the bench, guess what? They're seeing the game from a coach's standpoint. But in practice, they're playing very hard because their contract isn't guaranteed. And they might have an opportunity to showing that they could play in the league. But they will always hold a spot on an NBA team. Bro, cut the crap. I don't care about this responsibility crap you talking about. Let's cut it out. If you were the sixth man, that's for the benefit of the team. It has nothing to do with the basketball player. But Gil being Gil, what do I expect? I call it the Kardashian podcast anyway.
Yeah.
I think what he did, you know, is like, dog, imagine if Manu said, yo, I'm done with the Spurs, yo. I'm going to a team where I can be the number one guy. And he didn't win nothing. Like, is it worth it? Like,
But he didn't win nothing, but he still had a great career, and he was still the number one option on the team.
Yeah, right, though. So it's like that you gotta respect somebody that's gonna be like, you know what? I could go to another team and be the number one guy, have good numbers, but I probably won't win. I could win a chip here. I'm gonna come off the bench and be the greatest ever at my role.
And a fucking Hall of Famer. A Hall of Famer off the bench.
I lied, James Harden.
I respect that. Well, I think James Harden a bad example though.
I think he's an amazing example.
Well, but James Harden is all-time great though. I think that, you know what I mean, he kind of still made it to the, you know what I mean, he kind of reached his peak. He got MVPs and all that. I don't think Manu will be that good though. Like, you know what I mean?
If James Harden stayed, now hold on, let me backtrack. Because I do feel this way. Sam Presti, you a sucker. That's one. You allow James Harden in the league, his organization.
Hold on. I just want to ask you this question. Sam Presti's the owner, right? He's not the general manager.
Yeah, he's the GM.
Okay. So I hate to undercut you on this one, but I'm gonna let you finish what you're saying. I just have something I have to say after. Go ahead, sir. We'll cue you up.
Yes, Sam Presti is the GM, right? But at the same time, the owner, who's at the end of the day, the guy want to spend money, right? So your job is to persuade the owner who's got the bag. Listen, I know we can hit this mark right here, but at the same time, we on a good run right now. Listen, I can't choose anybody over James because you literally can see the game itself. When James come off the bench and James get in that game, OKC is a juggernaut team. You must find a way. You will literally get another shot blocker. There's guys out there. Were guys out there in the situation of power forward where you could have let Serge just go, or you could literally told Serge, "Oh, bro, listen, if you want to win, here, take this. If not, bye." Like, you can find a Serge. Cut the crap. All right. So no. Yes, the owner has the money. Sam Presti, you made that move. But you've been making a lot of moves like that. A lot of people hasn't been calling it out. But give power to the sixth man. I think if James Harden would have been the sixth man of the year, we'd have literally been talking to him as an NBA champion with several rings.
For sure. Now, yes, you can get after Sam Presti, but I don't think people realize this. People won't talk about this too much, so I'll just bring it up. It's a little fun fact I have for you guys. OKC, whether they win a championship or not this year, got 3 first-round picks. You know how they got those? All those trades. So, for in one sense of him not keeping Harden and having that team fall, you see the team right now. Can you name me a non all-star like player that's on OKC right now? Just one.
What you mean?
Yeah, Isaiah Hartenstein.
A player that would never make an all-star.
Isaiah Hartenstein.
A bunch of them niggas.
Isaiah Hartenstein, the other Jay Williams.
Isaiah Joe.
Isaiah Joe.
Yeah, Lou Dort's another one.
Yeah.
Okay, so why are they 11 games up on everybody in the year? Number one seed.
I think it's team chemistry, low key.
Yeah,
SG.
Okay, so you're right, Mills, in being like he should have kept Harden. That's. But you look at the results. 2020, we're looking now at what's going on now. Sam Presti doesn't look like a jackass anymore.
I mean, because we'll talk about the fact that the Los Angeles Clippers is dummies.
But they didn't win though. Like I
But
don't know.
yet again, when you say they're dummies, Sam Presti was the smart one, right? It's just like what they say about making deals with Danny Ainge. You making a deal with Danny Ainge, you're pretty much selling your soul to the devil because that guy's gonna fleece you. So
But Sam Presti ain't win nothing. I can't say that. I can't. He didn't had abundance of talent and he ain't win. So I don't know. I think he might have made some bad decisions in there. I think he's great at drafting talent though. I think he's probably all time great as far as identifying talent in the draft. But his decision making is mad questionable to me because it's no way that team they don't
of
win
course
a
it's gonna be
chip.
questionable, but like I said, when I bring up the fact that they can win or not win, they can get to the finals, win or not win, and still have 3 first-round picks. That's more talent coming in. Not saying that they won't win, because it's a high possibility. If Boston doesn't make it, Cleveland, they're good, but OKC right now is looking like a monster. And like I said, they're 11 games up on the whole, on the West, on the whole league practically, except for Cleveland. 11 games up.
But to do all that, to do what with it? You got the young talent already. The draft picks is for young talent. You have the young talent already. Are you going to trade to go get a phenom player?
They might.
No, Sam Presti, you got to pull the trigger. He's never done the pull.
Hey, KD might be coming home. Don't say that. KD might be coming home.
If I'm KD, I'm not doing that. You're dumb.
If I'm OKC, I'm not doing that.
Why wouldn't you bring KD back?
Why should you? He's 39 years old, 38.
And he done proved that he can't. He ain't that guy you insert in and you like. He ain't that dude. He done had. I don't know, man. I might be cool. I think Giannis is the guy. If you can get Giannis in OKC,
I've been saying that.
That's
I've been saying that.
But
I don't know. Giannis want to win. But
even the likes of Laurie Markkinen, bro.
Word, yeah. I think those are the guys I would target if I'm OKC. But yeah, just on that 6-man thing, I think, I think that's like such a vital part of the game that only champions really could understand, like sacrifice. Like that is such you have to sacrifice. Somebody got to sacrifice, and you got to respect the dudes that be like, you know what? I'm gonna take a step back from my team because the guys like Gilbert, Gilbert was a great player too, but I do think he had a certain selfishness to his game about him scoring points specifically too. Like that's why he just don't. Yeah, he just don't get like, Ginobili could have went to a team and probably averaged 25 a night, like
easily.
Yeah, he could have did that, Like that's not crazy to say, but we got 5 rings, right? Like.
Yeah, 5 or 4, I think.
I got 4.
4. Yeah.
Because he was there with Robinson, Duncan, and then the 3 after.
So the craziest thing is, don't cue me up. I don't want to see all over your feet. The craziest thing is that this subject is coming from an NBA player. That's the craziest thing.
Yep.
That's why it's crazy. Now, if it was 4 gentlemen like us that, have a podcast and a mic and never stepped foot on a goddamn basketball court before, says that, okay, laugh at it. But the seriousness of this is it's coming from an NBA player, right? And look at us, 4 gentlemen here. We are lifers, bro. We are the guys who watch the game that you guys will skip over. We are the guys who will watch these games that you said this team is horrible, right? We're lifers. We know what the hell we're talking about, and we respect the game. So, Gil, shame on you, bro. Shame on you. You disrespect countries. You disrespect countries. You disrespect players all the time.
For clicks.
Yeah.
You know the irony of it is too. Ironically, Nick Young, who's known to be mad immature, known to be mad childish, but he also was around it. He got a ring and known to have be a champion. He been around championship pedigree, and he even could be like, nah, that ain't it, bro.
Yeah.
So it's like he even could understand because he been around that. He understands the sacrifice it takes because he was around it. So It's actually not ironic even. Like it's black and white. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yo,
Exactly.
oh, real quick there too. Real quick, my guy, Cincinnati Bearcat. I've been rocking with you since there, bro. You know, you and Logan and all those guys back in the day. Listen,
Team on.
yeah. You being on this podcast, bro, it don't really fit too well, man.
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to be a real G, a real dog, bro. I rock with you all the time. And it ain't making you look too real good. Because you should be calling out these fools, bro. You're the guy on this podcast we're looking up to, bro.